Hey guys, my name is Marina Harding, also known as the Phoenix Yogi, and I'm here with American Yogi, and we are going to do a little Sun Salutation flow. So grounding yourself into Tadasana, the feet are hip-width distance apart. And I say grounding because today we're going to put our right hand on our belly and our left hand over our heart, closing the eyes and pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose, pulling the air all the way down into your lungs and into the belly, expanding the belly. On your exhale, bringing all the air back up and out of the nose. Taking a nice deep inhale in and out. So with every inhale, the belly expands, and every exhale, the navel is being pulled in towards the spine. We feel this movement of our belly with our right hand, and with the left hand, we're feeling our heart beating. And taking a moment here to set some intentions for your practice. Maybe dedicating this practice to yourself. If you've been busy doing things for other people, we tend to forget what our body truly needs and what it deserves. Or maybe dedicating this practice to someone who cannot be here this evening or this morning. And most importantly, this is your own practice. Listen to your body and do what you can handle. Every day is different, and that is okay. Keeping the eyes closed, we're going to inhale the arms all the way up above the head, placing the hands together in Namasté hands. And on your exhale, connecting it down to center heart. Opening the guys, we're gonna inhale the right arm all the way up, pushing the left hip towards the right. Coming back to center, switching sides. So inhale, arm up, and exhale. A few more times, inhale the right hand up, all the way towards the left. Inhale. And exhale, pushing. Inhale. And inhale. Coming back to center, we're going to step at the top of our mat, inhaling the arms all the way up. And on your exhale, forward fold. Maybe you need to bend the knees here just a little bit. You can go ahead and rest your arms onto your shins, your thighs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, release, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Here in our first downward facing dog, we're going to take a minute to walk the dog out. So bending one knee, sending the opposite heel down towards the mat and switching. Here our hands are shoulder width distance apart, fingers are spread wide. This takes all the way out of the wrist and into the fingertips. The neck is nice and loose, the gaze is up at the navel. The hips and hamstrings are lifted high up towards the sky, and the heels do not need to be touching the mat. That comes with practice, time, persistence. We're going to inhale up on the tippy toes, and exhale, lowering them down as far as we can. Inhale up on the tippy toes. And exhale back down. Inhale into plank, so shifting the shoulders slightly over the wrist. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. And here we're gonna do a beginner version of chaturanga. So dropping the knees, pulling the shoulders or the elbows close to the body, and we're gonna lower the upper body all the way down. Untucking the toes, keeping the feet flat onto the mat. We're gonna inhale, lifting up into baby cobra. So here our heart is slightly off the mat. Pulling the elbows together so we don't have chicken wings. And exhale back down. Inhale up, baby cobra. And we're engaging by using the muscles in our lower back. And exhale back down. Tucking the toes under, lifting the hips all the way up into your downward facing dog. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and step, hop, jump, or step forward. Forward fold. Bending the knees, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, half lift, flat back. We're pulling our shoulders back. We're not dumping the shoulders or rounding the spine. We're lengthening the spine. And exhale. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Once again, dropping the knees, lowering the upper body. Baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here. Stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, and release. Bending the knees, standing all the way up, hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms up high, maybe adding a slight back bend here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, release. Stepping back into your downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Here in plank, we're gonna go ahead and engage our core, lifting our right leg up, pointing the toes. And exhale, back down. Switching sides. Inhale that left foot up. And exhale, back down. And chaturanga. So here you can go ahead and drop to your knees, or you can go into your full chaturanga. Pulling those elbows close to the body, 90 degree. And then all the way down for baby cobra. Exhale, release. Downward facing dog. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Here we can hop, jump, or step forward. Top of the mat, forward fold. Half lift, flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Standing all the way up, powering through the thighs, arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, release, hop, jump, or step back into downward facing dog. Here we're gonna inhale into plank. You can do your chaturanga version, dropping the knees or your full, or you can go ahead and release that right leg up and chaturanga. All the way back down. Baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. And left leg. You can release it up and chaturanga. All the way down. And baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 3 breaths here. And child's pose. Here the toes come together, the knees are out of the V. And we're going to press our forehead or our chest down into the mat, reaching the arms to the top of the mat. Feeling the stretch in our lower back, pressing through our thoracic spine. And releasing any frustrations you have. Noticing those thoughts, recognizing them, and letting them go. Coming up in the tabletop. Taking a nice deep inhale, we're dropping the belly, pulling the shoulders down, our back, and our gaze is upward. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin into the chest, pushing the mat away from you. And one more time, inhale, dropping the belly. And exhale, rounding the spine. Coming to a neutral spine, we're going to tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. You can hop, jump, or step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, release. Nice and tall, strong, standing up. Hands come to heart center. Inhale the arms up high. And exhale, all the way down. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, release, hop, jump, or step all the way back into your downward facing dog. Here we're gonna inhale the right leg up high, 3-legged downward facing dog. And exhale, release. Readjusting your downward facing dog, inhale the left leg up high. And exhale, back down. Here we're going to switch sides, so inhale the right leg, but not as high. We're going to keep our hips completely square. Flexing the foot, toes downward. And exhale, back down. Making sure that our shoulders are square. Inhaling the left leg. Hips are square as well. Toes down. And coming back down. We're going to step just a little bit wider than our hip width distance apart, so maybe like the width of your mat. And we're gonna go ahead and find our balance. You can stay here, find a deep downward facing dog, or you can go ahead and take the right hand and grabbing the left ankle, the left shin, or the left thigh. Coming back to center. And doing another twist to the other side, so the left hand to the right leg. Maybe peeking underneath your armpit here. That sounds super weird. And coming back to center. Working that stance back to your normal downward dog stance, whatever is comfortable for you. Inhaling into plank. Finding your chaturanga here. You can go ahead and lift your legs up too, if you're doing that. And baby cobra. Coming all the way down, we're gonna find ourselves into either baby cobra, if that's comfortable for you, or if you wanna work on your upward facing dog. Here in upward facing dog, our hands go a little bit down the side of our body. And we're gonna go ahead and keep the tops of the feet flat onto the mat. And pushing ourselves all the way up so the thighs are off the mat. Engaged, shoulders are down and away from the ears. And we're opening up the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Half jumper step forward, forward fold. Bending the knees, standing all the way up. Hands come to heart center. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, your version. This is your practice. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Half jumper, step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Go ahead and release, standing all the way up, bending the knees nice and tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, release, half jumper, step, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Here that right leg goes up, or you can stay normal. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog or your three-legged downward facing dog. And release the leg. Inhale into plank. Left leg up, or your normal plank stance here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog, or three-legged downward facing dog here. And release. Taking 3 breaths here, but together we're gonna sigh it out with each exhale, kind of like you're fogging a mirror. Taking a nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Dropping down to the knees. Sitting onto our butts. Put the legs out in front of us. We're gonna go ahead and bend the knees, lifting our arms out, shoulders are down. Nice and slow, exhale, releasing ourselves all the way down into the mat. You can maybe guide yourself by holding onto your thighs. If you want more of a core challenge, lift the legs off the mat. And once you get all the way down, go ahead and bring the knees into the chest, giving them a nice hug. Rocking from side to side. If you need more of a lower back massage, don't pull the knees so close to the chest. Drop them down just a little bit. Taking your 2 peace signs out to the world. Grabbing your big toes and going into happy baby pose. Opening up the hips here. Maybe stretching one leg out and the other. Bring the knees back to center. We're gonna lay our arms out into a T or a cactus, keeping both shoulders on the mat, taking a nice deep inhale. We're gonna drop the knees down to the right. And the gaze going to the left. If you want more of a back stretch, pull the knees up as close as you can towards the armpit. Or if you want to take it easy, drop the knees down towards the bottom of your mat. Bringing the knees back up to center. Taking a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale, dropping the knees down to the left, keeping both shoulders on the mat, the gaze going to the right. And coming back to center. Giving your knees one last hug. Pulling them in tight and exhale, let them go. We're gonna release our legs all the way down. If you're new with me, I like to do an active release before we go into Savasana. So closing the eyes, we're gonna inhale the arms way past the head. And I want you to gather all of this negative energy that you have built up inside of you and begin tightening your feet. Working your way up the calves and the thighs, squeezing the core as tight as you possibly can. Tensing the upper body, making the meanest, ugliest face you could possibly make, and in your hands you're creating fists. And in your fist are all of your personal struggles, things that have been holding you back, keeping you from being you, making you sad, mad, angry, depressed, filling you with anxiety, worry, stressing you out. And on your next exhale, let it all go. Release it all. Go ahead and float the arms back down to your sides, palms facing up. Being free of all the things that no longer serve you. Letting the legs fall out, the shoulders sinking deeper into the mat. And here in the mind's eye, we recognize that you are enough. That you are in charge of your own happiness and you create your own self-worth. No matter what you're going through, everything will be okay and you are not alone. Every inhale, the belly rises. And every exhale, the belly falls. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Bring the awareness back to the mind, to the body, and to the safeness of this room wherever you are. Whenever you are ready, go ahead and turn onto whatever side is comfortable for you. I have a quote by Martha Washington. I am still determined to be cheerful and happy in whatever situation I may be. For I have also learned from experience that the greater part of our happiness or misery depends upon our dispositions and not upon our circumstances. In your next inhale, go ahead and slowly sit yourself back up to an easy seated pose. Placing your hands, palms facing up onto your knees, with your index finger and thumb together. This mudra represents wisdom and knowledge. Inhaling the arms up above the head, placing the hands together, Namasté hands. And on your exhale, we're gonna lower it down to our third eye, right between the eyebrows. Here we're asking for happy thoughts, for mantras like power within, love all around. Lowering the hands down to the lips, asking for happy words. For words of encouragement, not only to yourself, but also to others. And words of honesty. Lowering the hands down to center heart, feeling the heart beating, feeling the kindness, the compassion, the love, and the forgiveness. I thank each and every one of you for practicing with me. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.